It was a bright, sunny day in the jungle. The leaves were green and shiny. The air was buzzing with excitement. Today was the big race. All the animals were there to watch. Monkeys chattered from the trees. Snails crawled along branches. Even a sleepy sloth woke up to see. The racetrack was set. It went through the thick jungle. It went past the muddy swamp. It even went over a little stream. Who would be the fastest of them all? The animals couldn't wait to find out. The animals held their breath. Today was going to be a day to remember. The jungle was ready for a race. A race full of surprises. A race full of laughs. A race full of fun. Perched on a tall stool was Perry the parrot. He was the referee. Parrot as Perry. Squawk! Welcome everyone to the jungle race, Perry announced. His feathers were bright and his voice was loud. First up was Leo the lion. Leo was big and strong. He was sure he could run the fastest. He stretched his legs and wiggled his tail, ready to go. Next was Finley the fox. Finley was clever and quick. He had a plan to outsmart the other racers. He winked, his bushy tail twitching with excitement. Then there was Rosie the rabbit. Rosie was small, but she was super speedy. She hopped on the spot, eager to start. Last but not least was Timmy the tiger. Timmy was a bit clumsy, but he was always happy. He smiled at the cheering crowd, his stripes shining in the sun. The crowd cheered for their favorite racers. The excitement in the air was so thick you could almost touch it. Perry the parrot took a deep breath. Parrot as Perry. Ready? The racers nodded, their eyes on the finish line. Parrot as Perry. Set? They leaned forward, muscles tense. Parrot as Perry. Go! Perry shouted, and they were off. Leo the lion bolted ahead, his mane flowing behind him. Finley the fox followed close behind, his sharp eyes scanning for shortcuts. Rosie the rabbit zipped through the undergrowth, her little nose twitching. Timmy the tiger. Well, Timmy tripped at the starting line, but quickly jumped back up, ready to catch up. The animals cheered and clapped, their eyes following their favorite racers. The race had begun, and it was going to be amazing. The sun shone through the leaves, dappling the jungle floor with light. The air was filled with the sounds of paws pounding, leaves rustling, and the cheers of the crowd. The racers zoomed through the jungle. Suddenly, Leo the lion skidded to a halt.
A big, juicy bone lay right in the middle of the track. I can't resist. I have to have it.
Leo forgot all about the race and started to gnaw on his delicious find. Meanwhile, Finley the fox, clever as he thought he was, took a wrong turn.
Oh no, a field of butterflies. They're so beautiful.
They fluttered all around him, distracting him with their beauty. Finley forgot all about the race and started chasing the colorful butterflies. Rosie the rabbit, hopping along, came face to face with a giant carrot.
Wow, it's the biggest carrot I've ever seen. I simply must take a bite.
She nibbled and munched, completely forgetting about the race. Timmy the tiger, still trailing behind, saw his friends distracted.
What should I do? I don't want to win like this.
Squawk! Racers, what are you doing?
Perry the parrot flew over to the distracted animals. He couldn't believe his eyes.
This is a race! You're supposed to be racing!
Leo, Finley, and Rosie looked up in surprise. They had been so caught up in the moment that they had forgotten all about the race. They sheepishly left their distractions and hopped back to the track. Timmy, who had waited patiently, was happy they were all back together.
All right, let's get this race going again.
With a squawk of his whistle, Perry got the race going again. This time, the animals ran together, laughing and enjoying the journey. They crossed the finish line at the same time, covered in leaves and mud, but with big smiles on their faces. The animals cheered for their jungle friends. It didn't matter who won or lost. What mattered was that they had all had fun. Because in the jungle, friendship and fun always came first.